The installation of security cameras in local Brooklyn parks can do one of two things: make park goers feel safer at night or serve as a downright invasion of their privacy. And May 12th is the date. The first class postage rate will be raised by 1 penny. But the changes do not stop there, so be prepared to dig a little deeper into those pockets. And as we know, banks are not in the business of owning homes, but behind me is one of the many foreclosed homes in Canarsie. This is the product of a major mortgage crisis that's taking not only Brooklyn, but the entire United States by storm. Residents here at the Start City apartment complexes, well, they're still fuming, calling this persisting water problem a major inconvenience. Many are still unable to carry on with routine activities like doing laundry or even taking a shower. And they say that their complaints have gone without any response from management. We'll continue to keep you posted. In Start City, Brooklyn, I'm Khadeen Joseph. And as fingers continue to point to who's responsible for the death of 7-year-old Nick's Mary Brown, her mother, Ellis Santiago, is currently awaiting a separate trial. She cannot testify at this time against her husband, Cesar Rodriguez, as it would violate her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. With or without Santiago, the defense feel they have more than enough evidence to prove their client's innocence. In downtown Brooklyn at the Supreme Court, I'm Khadeen Joseph. The end of April is approaching, and in the sports world, this means that the NFL draft is right around the corner. For local Brooklyn high school players, this is an exciting time. They get a chance to check out their favorite players, see who makes it, who doesn't, and picture themselves there one day.
One for Darren, running back at Arkansas, number 5.
Any quarterbacks that you like?
Yeah, Brian Brom and Matt Ryan out of Boston College.
But before the NFL is even a prospect, these players have some major training to do and a big decision to make: where to go for college.
I'm looking towards West Virginia, Georgia Tech, Oregon, a lot of good D1 schools.
Hofstra University, Temple University, and I got a invite to Delaware.
The road to the NFL may not be an easy one for these Brooklyn natives.
Well, coming out of Brooklyn, it's a very narrow hole trying to come through to play Division I football. So you have to really aim for the top. You have to work harder than the other man.
As opposed to states like Texas and Florida, New York is not historically known to be a football state. So these players have to shine twice as bright, and they also need people in their court marketing them to college recruiters. So whose responsibility is it to make sure that these players are on the radar? The coach or the parent?
I think the coaches should be more involved in it because we know more. A lot of parents are not aware of what has to be done. They're not aware of the name of the schools. They just don't have a lot of understanding of what has to be done.
Darren Dixon has the overwhelming task of wearing 2 hats simultaneously: coach and father. He is the defensive back coach at Canarsie High School, where his son Darren Jr. plays DB.
They should try to get involved more. I know when the kids go home, they don't give the parents the information that they're supposed to give them. But even without that, if you come to one of our games, you could clearly see that the parents are absent.
Our parent meetings are not usually more than 10 parents at the meetings, and we'd like to see that number be a little higher. We'd like to see parents a little bit more involved.
Troy and Karen Ellis are no strangers to the high school football scene. Their sons, Duvall and Brian, moved through the recruitment phase with much help from coaches, and they as parents did their part as well.
We had a lot of support from the coaches. At Madison, when Duvall was being recruited, we didn't find a lot of parents' support. And, we know that parents have to work in this day and time, but if you got a cousin, a neighbor, or aunt, somebody who can be out there on a Saturday to see these guys and support them, that's the most encouragement that you can give them.
The coach is not responsible for their GPA. It's our responsibility to make sure our kids get their education and keep up their grades in school. The coach is supposed to take care of them on the field.
The collaboration of coach and parent is necessary for any potential college player. So what can parents do to meet the coaches halfway?
If we could just get them involved all together, coming to the meetings, coming to the games, stuff like that, that'll be a big help.
Reporting from Canarsie High School in Brooklyn, New York, I'm Khadeen Joseph.